Hafide and welcome to Weekend Edition. I'm Carmen Victoria Chilai. So glad you could join us. Well, a pair of Guam-bred Marines were back home for a brief visit after taking part in the recent Cope North exercise involving more than 2,000 troops from 3 countries. Nestor Lecanto reports.
For Marines Benjamin Bloss Jr. and Dalen Chris Alves, the multinational Cope North exercise was also a rare homecoming. They are both from the Marine All-Weather Fighter Attack Squadron 242. Staff Sergeant Bloss said it was good to be back on island.
And when you join, you miss home. So it feels great that I'm still doing what I wanted to do, but I'm back home, still doing my job, but I get to see family, friends, and all the same.
Bloss is a power line division chief. They handle the maintenance side that keeps the jets flying. Meanwhile, Lance Corporal Alves says being back home after joining the Marines brought a new perspective.
I was born and raised here. Obviously, as a civilian, I saw everything differently. But now that I'm back, I'm a Marine, I'm matured. Everything around me is kind of different. My family notices, the changes and stuff like that. My job as a plane captain, it's our job to launch and catch the jets, also do the inspections, turnaround inspections, daily inspections, make sure that the jet is good to go for the next event.
According to Lieutenant Brett Lazaroff, Communications Strategy and Operations Officer for the Marine Activity Guam, more than 2,000 U.S. airmen, Marines, and sailors trained alongside some 850 Japanese and Australian service members during the annual multilateral exercise sponsored by the U.S. Pacific Air Force. It's designed, he says, to strengthen multilateral partnerships, sharpen lethality, and improve interoperability in the Indo-Pacific region. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
The rates of STDs on the island are climbing. In fact, last year, Guam ranked 5th in the nation for chlamydia. This week, representatives from the Department of Public Health traveled off island to a national conference to find solutions to prevent STDs from spreading. Here's more. Guam didn't always have high rates of chlamydia on island. According to data from the Department of Public Health, back in the 1990s, there were only 100 cases per 100,000 people. Now that number has more than doubled, with 600 cases reported in 2018.
So we ranked as the 5th highest chlamydia case rate in the nation.
Vince Uggan, Communicable Disease Control Coordinator 2 and Acting Supervisor for the HIV Hepatitis Program at Public Health, helps explain why Guam is on the list of high infection rates.
So our program has actually been doing quite a bit, since we started noticing all of these increases in the STD rates. And mind you, in the nation, the rates of STDs are also increasing. And it could be due to a number of reasons. One of them would be funding. So STD funding has remained stagnant for the past several years. And also some other things that are a little harder to explain include some of the risky behaviors that people are engaging in, and that includes unprotected sex, sex with multiple partners, especially with people of unknown STD and HIV status.
The high numbers may also mean better reporting.
But on the flip side, I also believe the increase in the rates is because we have a better surveillance system this time around. And also we have been increasing the number of tests that we perform each year.
According to Uggan, his department tests at least 120 patients a month, offering free tests at their Manila facility. They also do a number of community outreaches to remove the stigma attached with STD testing. He says testing is key to treatment since most cases involve 15 to 24-year-olds, and chlamydia can have long-term negative consequences.
Females, for example, can get a condition called pelvic inflammatory disease. Also, if people are infected with chlamydia for a long period of time, it could cause scarring of the fallopian tubes, which will lead to infertility.
His team hopes to increase awareness and reduce the misconceptions with STDs, currently attending a nationwide conference on HIV prevention.
We get to talk about targeted testing, and we do have a poster presentation that will be presented at the conference, and that's going to highlight all the targeted testing that we've been doing for the past several years, and it's going to show how we were able to increase the identification of new HIV cases by making sure our resources go to specific groups to high-risk groups.
It's time to end TB. Health officials attended a proclamation signing to celebrate World TB Day on March 24th. Dr. Jana Maglonia, Chief Medical Director at Public Health, says the day is to commemorate a German microbiologist named Robert Koch, who helped discover a cure. Public Health Director Lindo Mpico DeNorsi says Guam's TB program works to eradicate tuberculosis on island.
The entire Western Pacific region, and we are happy to announce, and Doc joins me today, that all of these cases have been drug-resistant patients, have been successfully treated, and that Guam does not have any more active cases of TB drug-resistant on Guam. So, big round of applause for the TB program. Our TB program really takes enormous strides, as you know, in doing prevention and control. And we have seen this because we have had a decline of 20.4% from 2010 to 2018. In other words, in 2010, we had 101 TB cases, and this dropped to 71 in 2018. Of course, there's more work to be done, but we're getting there.
DeNorsi adds that most patients are from Chuuk and the Philippines. As of March, there are 50 active cases, including those in treatment. Guam's TB program is the first in the Pacific region to use video direct observation therapy and continues to find creative ways to prevent the spread of tuberculosis. Well, the District Court of Guam welcomed 39 new citizens from China, the Philippines, and South Korea. On Thursday, a special Women's History Naturalization ceremony was held. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero spoke to the newest American citizens. She encouraged them to work hard and achieve excellence regardless of their race or gender. The Bank of Guam Holding Company Board of Directors announces its executive team. Appointed as president and CEO and vice chair of the board is Joaquin Cook. Executive VP and COO is Maria Eugenia Leon Guerrero, and William Leon Guerrero is the new chairman of the board. Cook says the transition process has been thoughtful and productive, and they are excited and proud for the opportunity to continue the legacy of his grandfather, the founder of the bank. And in celebration of Mes Chamorro, our friends from the University of Guam Commission on Chamorro Language bring you Learn Chamorro.
Hafaday, inanhu si Michael Lujan Bavakwa, and in this video we are going to learn about possessive pronouns. Now, possessive pronouns are a little bit trickier than the other pronouns that we may have learned about so far in this video series. Possessive pronouns do not simply float around the words that you're using them for. They actually become attached to the words that you're using for. That's one reason why the idea that they're possessive is kind of makes poetic sense in a certain way. So your possessive pronouns are who and the variant ku, mu, nya, ta, mami, midzu, and niha. When these pronouns are written, they are often written with a dash or a dolan, and that is because they are attached to the end of the word that you are indicating ownership of. Now, one of the tricks, though, for using possessive pronouns, though, is that it will, for hu, mu, nya, and ta, you will change the pronunciation of the word. This is because, as part of the harmony of the Chamorro language, the stress in most words falls in the second to the last syllable, which means when you use a possessive pronoun, you extend the syllables. You add another syllable to the word, so therefore the stress will change. For example, careta, caretahu, careta, caretahu. Note careta, caretahu. Note the change in the stress when you add the possessive pronoun to it. Now, for the last three possessive pronouns, mami, midzu, and niha, you don't need to change the stress because they come pre-stressed for you. Mami, mami, stress there. Midzu, niha. The stress is already in what will now become the second to the last syllable if they are attached. One final point when using possessive pronouns is that when you're using mami, midzu, or niha, and if you're the word that is the noun, the object that's being owned in the statement, if it ends with an open vowel, you need to put an N on that to close that. And so, for example, you say karetahu, but you say karetan mami to close off the open vowel sound at the end. Possessive pronouns are one of the more complicated pronouns to learn for people moving from English into Chamorro, but with enough practice, you'll get it. And I can tell you that once you start to instinctively change the stress in words by adding possessive pronouns, you're going to feel like a Chamorro champion. Si Zeus Masi.
Well, stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we'll rehash some of the big stories of the past week, and still to come, the Guam Crime Stoppers report.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
A simple handshake. That's all Jake Calvo needed when he started his company. Today, 80 years later, we like to say thank you to all of you who have taken our hand in trust. Thank you to the dreamers. Thank you to the realists. Thank you to the family-oriented. Thank you to the entrepreneurial. Thank you to those climbing the corporate ladder. And to the ones starting a new life together. Thank you to the traditionalists and the edgy. To the young at heart and the old souls. Thank you to the daring, to the protective, to the practical. Thank you to the hopeful. To all of you from all of us, our deepest, happiest, and infinite thanks.
80 years here for you. 80 years thanks to you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
Looking for a great deal on a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram? Then get to Cars Plus in Mighty now for our spring sales event. Like a new Jeep Compass Sport, $166 per paycheck. Or a new Chrysler Pacifica LX, $220 per paycheck. Or save $8,500 on a new Ram 1500. How about a new Jeep Wrangler Sport? Only $274 per paycheck. Low 1.99% financing is available on approved credit. Save thousands during our spring sales event going on now at Cars Plus in Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Hafide and welcome back. Well, many headlines covered this week caught your eye either on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Now it's time to take a look at what you had to say.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Trend Spotting. Here's what caught your eye on social media this week.
The gun-grabbing trial we've all been following has come to a close.
We, the jury, in the above captioned case, find the defendant, Raymond Stanley Tenorio, not guilty.
Former Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio was found not guilty on both remaining charges of reckless conduct and obstruction of government functions for last year's Tumon gun-grabbing incident. Our social platforms lit up with comments and reactions worldwide, some believing that he was innocent, majority calling the system a joke. We asked our Instagram followers what they thought, and here's their verdict. Nearly 80% of those who voted did not agree with the outcome. Here's what some had to say. Rodney Courtney says, "So at the end of the day, are we saying it's okay to grab a police officer's firearm so long as you call it a training, learning experience? Oh, and don't forget to have a few beers before you do it." Kyle Superfly states, "Corruption once again." And Jared Joseph thinks if he were in the same position, he should get the same treatment, stating, "What a joke, I better get the same if they pull me over for speeding." You may have seen this video circulating through WhatsApp Wednesday afternoon. A man getting out of his car with what looks like a gun, apparently shooting at least twice before getting back into his car and taking off. It took GPD less than 24 hours to make an arrest in the case, and no injuries were reported. Gerald Anthony Guerrero Shimizu is charged with reckless conduct, discharge of a firearm, terrorizing, use of a deadly weapon in the commission of a felony, and purchase or possession and use or carrying a firearm without valid ID, according to the Department of Corrections confinement sheet. KUAM files show Shimizu was also arrested on charges of terrorizing, assault, harassment, and criminal trespass back in 2016. Then, he was caught on camera allegedly threatening families in Mongmong with a machete and yelling for them to retreat into their homes. Here's what some had to say online. Chris Cruz suggests to take his guns away and lock him up, saying he needs a room at DOC. And Joseph Flores gives GPD a pat on the back, stating, "Great job, GPD, keeping Guam safe." Congratulations to the Academy Cougars for winning this year's IIAAG Girls High School Softball title, 11-2 over the Guam High Panthers at the Ukaru Field. Starting pitcher Ashley Mendiola pitched the entire game, recording 7 strikeouts in the win. Sierra Tenorio went 3-4 at the plate, and teammate Kalea Guerrero finished 3-for-3. Congratulations, girls, from all of us at KUAM and your online fans.
Thanks for joining us. Catch us next week for more trend spotting.
Thanks, Sasha. Well, Jason is coming up next with your Guam Crime Stoppers report.
Advances in technique and medications used to prevent dental pain have shattered the myth that a dental visit is something to fear. Even the dreaded root canal or wisdom tooth extraction. Swabbing or spraying a topical numbing agent on before the injection, and using different techniques and anesthetics can create a relatively comfortable or pain-free injection. Injections are often the most feared procedure. Some patients don't like the sounds or the vibrations of decay removal. If you're still nervous or you gag easily, despite these techniques, very safe oral medicines can be taken before your dental appointment to eliminate all fears, or some clinics use nitrous oxide gas. Pain relievers can easily be prescribed to eliminate mild to severe dental discomfort after any visit. For your Helpful Dental Minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. We shall never know all the good that a simple smile can do.
Looking for a great deal on a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram? Then get to Cars Plus in Mighty now for our spring sales event, like a new Jeep Compass Sport, $166 per paycheck, or a new Chrysler Pacifica LX, $220 per paycheck, or save $8,500 on a new Ram 1500. How about a new Jeep Wrangler Sport, only $274 per paycheck? Low 1.99% financing is available on approved credit. Save thousands during our spring sales event going on now at Cars Plus in Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Welcome back, everybody. Sergeant Paul Tapao with Guam Crime Stoppers is here, as he is each and every week. Now, Sarge, you gave us a tour of the Tumon precinct a couple weekends ago when we were doing our Crime Time live stream on Facebook. You were also talking, you and I, about the fact that when we as islanders, right, as Guamanians, when crimes are committed towards tourists, it doesn't matter if you're in the law enforcement profession, the media profession, all of us were incredibly embarrassed and humiliated by that because that strikes at our hospitality to each and every one of us.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. You know, I mean, we do want to welcome all visitors enthusiastically, and you know, with the drive for the Hafa Pledge, it really sort of sets the tone of what we shouldn't be doing. And you know, I for one take it personally because I worked in the tourism industry for so many years. You know, moving in from the private sector to the government and being first attached to the 2 months crimes against 2 months tourists, it was really, you know, it became personal for me as a citizen and also a public servant when I hear that our visitors have been victimized of these crazy crimes, and it's really these purse snatchings and you know, these robberies that are happening, because what that does and what people don't understand it. It's a reflection when they bring it back home. And you ask them, how was your vacation in Guam? And you don't want a visitor to leave saying, well, this is what happened to me. But this is the reality and what we're facing. And this is where, you know, we attribute this to the community, asking them and bringing them to light as to what's really happening where we're dealing with situations involving our not just our tourists, but also our community in general.
Is there a reason that you and everybody at GPD is seeing why tourists are so often targeted? Is it because they just don't know their way around and they become like easy victims?
Yeah, it's like predator versus, you know, predator and prey concept. Easy target, you know, the risk, you know, the reward's definitely going to outweigh the risk. So it's grab and snatch, and I can just boat off into another place.
And these aren't highly complicated like cases of fraud or like Ponzi schemes or anything like that. This is like blue collar crime. This is people like just you know, purse snatchings and you know you're walking up to people and like just jacking them for their money.
Yeah, you're correct, and I don't want to apologize. I'm getting a bit emotional. You can probably hear the sense of frustration, but you know, growing up in where I am now, as not just as the father, but also as a husband and as a person, as a public servant, there's two things that I grew to understand that really despise me, and one is a liar, and the other is a saki, you know. And when people do that, it's just really, it doesn't send the right impression to our visitors and people who are travel here to enjoy our beautiful island, to enjoy our hospitality. And you know, I hate to say it, but it's our fellow Guamanians that are committing this crime, and you know, it's a crime of opportunity that they see, easy targets, greater rewards, and you know, we want to ask the community, help us. And the fortunate thing about this, as we roll into the package, there was a witness who tried to help. There was a witness who provided, you know, detailed information to the officers that were there. We ask more of that of the community. Instead of being a bystander, be an upstander. You know, we're not asking for you guys to tackle the individual. We're asking you guys, you know, the community to give us information that can help us in making the arrest.
This is our only major industry on Guam.
It is.
We lose this, and people think times are hard now.
And yeah, I'm telling you, working in the tourism industry, when I see repeat, you know, family members who come back just to meet you again, just to see what they've experienced.
And you were a clubmate, right, at PIC?
I've been more than a clubmate. Yeah. I was an entertainer in the cultural side and everything. And, you know, just the Hafiday spirit is really what drives them to come back. And when you see families for the 7th, 8th time coming back, sharing that moment, and you know, they can go anywhere. They can go to Honolulu, they can go to the States, they can go to Macau, but they choose to come back to Guam. And it means something to, you know, from somebody who worked in the industry to now somebody that's protecting the island. Once, you know, there's that meaning of, hey, this is who we are. We're showcasing who we are. And this is definitely not how we want to showcase who our true Romanians are, by, you know, taking advantage of our visitors who come to enjoy our beautiful island. Okay, so I want to talk about remedies right after our Crime of the Week package, but you were talking about that, so what do we got this week? This week is a crime that happened in Upper Tuman or Harmon by the Pacifica Plaza, and please, that's wide open roads, Route 1, very busy intersection, very busy roadway. If you were driving between the hours of 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, February 26th, if you saw something that was suspicious, we need these information, these small informations that can actually help us with this investigation. Okay, here's what you got to know. On Wednesday, February 26th at around 10:30 in the evening, our officers assigned to the Tuman Precinct Command responded to Pacifica Plaza on Route 1 Marine Corps Drive in Harmon relative to a robbery complaint. Now, the preliminary report suggests that 2 female tourists were walking on the sidewalk by Pacifica Plaza when an unknown man approached one of the tourists from behind and grabbed her purse. The female victim held onto her purse as she fell and was dragged in the process. The suspect was seen fleeing towards Kmart and was only described as possibly local, wearing a dark hat, gray shirt, and dark shorts. And the Guam Crime Stoppers is reaching out to the community for their help relative to this case. If anyone has any information about this crime or any other crime, you can call our 24-hour hotline at 477-HELP, that's 4357, or submit a tip online at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All calls will remain completely confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 could be paid if the information provided leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment. Your call does make a difference.
All right, Paul, we appreciate it as always. Now, in closing, what can we as citizens do? Because again, this affects all of us. It's highly embarrassing for each and every one of us, no matter how long you've called Guam home. You attack hospitality, this is who we are. This is our core.
Yeah,
so we want to get involved, and we want to make sure that tourists come back here and they're safe. And when they think of the two words, Hafa-Day, for the rest of their life, they're positive memories. It's not something that they say, oh man, that brings back, some bad times.
Yeah, the remedy is really we collectively have to come together as an island to understand our social ills and what we're facing. Understand our struggles. It may be economic issues, it may be a dependency or something, of some sort. But nonetheless, if we approach the simple things and we address in ways in which we can all find a solution and really help from within, then we can bring out the Hafa-Day. Because I hate to say it, when I visit other areas, other islands, they really take pride in the tourists who come because they're showboating, they're presenting that sense of pride to the
Aloha! You see
it's
that all over
Ali. When you go like Belau and everything, it's really, they feel safe, and
and it's genuine.
It is, and that's the sense of culture. If we still, and I consider that we are Pacific Islanders, no matter how diverse we are, we all have culture, and if we can continue to search within our culture and find out who we are, we all can make a difference. And by simply understanding that we may have a problem, we may have an addiction problem, I need help, I can't do it this way. You can't be robbing people, you can't be purse snatching. There's help that's available to you. These are small things that we can do that can lead to bigger and better things for our future and for our island.
All right, Sarge, we appreciate it as always, man.
Thanks, man. I
we'll
appreciate it.
All right, that is Sergeant Paul Tapau with the Guam Police Department. Maybe in 5 years, Director of Guam Visitors Bureau, maybe? We'll see. Well, we'll see you next week.
Hafa-Day.
We'll see you right after this.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Get it, boys. All young man with suits and ties, and the one on the lady that will bring it down. Joint on the corner where the big boys play.
Introducing Triple J's Online Shopper, the new, faster, easier way to purchase your next vehicle. Explore hundreds of new and used vehicles in full 360-degree view. Get pre-approved instantly from the comfort of your home or office. Personalize your own finance terms and get top market value on your trade-in in just a few quick, easy steps. Buy with confidence from start to signature, and we'll even go the extra mile to deliver your vehicle to your home or office. Have a question? Our sales team is just a chat away for instant assistance. Click, pick, drive. Complete the entire car buying process with Triple J's Online Shopper and purchase your next vehicle at triplejguam.com today.
Can I just get a right back?
And of course, before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
It's your birthday! Happy birthday to you, Michael Gogli. May you have a wonderful time this weekend. And a happy birthday to you, Danette Hattick. Happy birthday, Danette. We love you, Dad, and the family. And a very special happy birthday shout-out going out to you, Keanu Sage Paris Fagaro, who currently resides in Las Vegas, Nevada. Happy first birthday to you. We love and miss you plenty. Happy birthday, everyone, and remember, you could be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birthday. And that's all the time we have from all of us here at Guam News Network. Thanks for watching and have a very safe weekend.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E. Explore your world. KUAM TV 8, your home for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games.